tell more meaningful stories first, right? To
Yeah.
make this worth it. Because if you think about it right now, like the men's US champ, as much as I love LA Knight and he's here in Milwaukee and he was firing off the double Gatling gun t-shirt cannon that they have inside Fiserv Forum last night. Like he's the current US champ and like he was the third wheel of a feud to defend the championship.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, it was needed. Andrade and the young man, what's his
Carmelo?
name?
Carmelo.
Carmelo. They needed something for that feud. It was LA Knight. That's what they needed. That's exactly what they needed for that match.
Yeah, game 7 gets disrupted by LA Knight, and then they have a triple threat for the U.S. Championship.
And
right?
it ends up being the shits, by the way.
Right.
The finish of that.
Yes. But then there are times where a mid-card belt just really elevates it, like the way the Intercontinental Championship run we just saw with Gunther, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the way that championship right now looks around Braun Breaker, right? Like that certainly helps. So I understand both sides of it, but yeah, I think I would like to see more women's stories without championships before you go, oh, we need this to tell more women's stories, because I don't think that's necessarily true.
Yeah, because they're even right now with the titles not telling. Like Liv Morgan doesn't have a story now that Rhea's hurt, and she's the champ on Raw. Like they're struggling to tell a story with her right now. There's no other contenders around. There's no other story. She's just part of Judgment Day. Like that's her story right now.
We need to mark these things down when we really analyze WWE, because this is a Triple H issue. Mm-hmm. Like we say all we want about Tony Khan and some of these other promoters, but I think people just kind of look at it and say, oh, WWE is doing well. Look at all the big places they are. And it just kind of just runs automatically. But again, when you think about it, we as fans want to be able to sink our teeth into rivalries, stories. You want to get good matches to great matches in WWE. But what about Raw and SmackDown? We got to watch this every week, you know? Mm-hmm. We're trying to get ramped up to whatever PLE they have. And sometimes it's not aesthetically pleasing.